the 5 Cent Podcast.
I was born in a small village. I am the only one who became a Buddhist monk.
Welcome back, friends. I am Professor 5 Cents, and today let's talk about the most important verb in the English language. To be. Hundreds of years ago, the French philosopher René Descartes wrote,
I think, therefore I am.
I am. Am is the first person I form of to be.
I think, therefore I am.
Another great thinker, William Shakespeare, asked the question,
To be or not to be? That is the question.
The verb to be changes a lot. I am, you are, and so on. But it is super important, so let's practice using it. In the present tense, to be changes like this. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, they are. So we use it to say who we are. I am Professor 5 Cents. We use it for our jobs. I am a teacher. I am a house cleaner. I am a lawyer. I am a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad. We use it for our age. I am 100 years old. We use it for time. It is 10 o'clock. For weather. It is so hot today. It is freezing cold. We use it for emotions. I am angry. I am happy. We use it for where we are from. I am from Thailand. She is from Brazil. He is from Sudan. To be, to be, to be. In the past tense, it changes like this. I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, they were. Where were you? I was at the library. So you can see it is really important to understand the verb to be. Now let's take a closer look. Do you know the word conjugate? It means to change a verb to its different forms to match the different subjects or pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. For most verbs in the present tense, you only have two forms. For example, I walk, you walk, he walks, she walks, it walks, we walk, they walk. You only have walk and walks. We put the S for he, she, and it, the third person, we call that. Eat, eats. Run, runs, only two forms. I study, she studies. However, for to be, we have I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, they are. Three forms, am, are, and is. They are all the same verb, to be, but they change with the subject. Let's see if you can conjugate to be fast without thinking. Listen first. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, they are. Now, I will say the subject, you say the verb form. I am. You are. He is. She is. It is. We are. They are. If you had to think about any of those, even for 1 second, you need to study the verb to be until it's fast and automatic. We call that automaticity, when you don't need to think about it. How fast can you say it? Listen. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, they are. Now you try. Ready? Go. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, they are. Now let's do the past tense. It's easier. Only two forms, was and were. I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, they were. So I, he, she, it are for was, and you, we, they for were. Listen again. I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, they were. Now listen for the pronoun and give me the verb. I was. You were. He was. She was. It was. We were. They were. Can you say it fast? Listen first. I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, they were. Now you try. Ready? Go. Again, it's really important you have automaticity. You are fast and automatic with no thinking for this super important, most important verb to be. I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, they were. Practice. Next, let's talk about the verb to be with identity. Listen. Hello, my name is Jose. I am from Ecuador. I am 30 years old. I was a lawyer, but now I am a dentist. So we use to be with names. My name is, or you can say, I am Jose. We use it with countries. I am from Cambodia, France, South Africa. We use it with age. I am 10 years old. Be careful here, Spanish speakers. We don't use have in English. We use am and is with age. We just say, I am 10 years old, or she is 10 years old. And you can say the whole thing, I am 30 years old, or you can say, I am 30. But don't stop in the middle. We don't say, I am 30 years. You need to say 30 years old, or just, I am 30. Let's practice. Answer this. How old are you? I am years old. Now listen. My son is 20 years old. How old is my son? You answer. Again, my son is 20 years old. How old is my son? He is 20, or he is 20 years old. I am from the United States. Answer this. Where are you from? You can say, I am from, and a country, city, village. Or you could say, I'm from, because I am is the same as I'm. That's the contraction. I am, I'm. Let me tell you 3 things about my identity, and then it's your turn. I am from the United States. I am a father. I am a hiker. That means I like to walk. Tell me 3 things. If you need to think, press pause. Who are you? For our origin story, where we are from, we can say, I am from blank, or we could say, I was, past tense, born in blank. For example, I am from San Diego, am, present tense. I was born in San Diego. Both are correct. What about you? Where were you born? Remember to say in. I was born in San Diego. Now let's listen to a story from our special guest, Yukavi. Listen carefully to how important to be is in the story. Take it away.
My name is Yukavi. I am from Myanmar, next to Thailand, China, and the Indian Ocean. I was born in a small village with no electricity, cars, or big buildings. When I was little, my favorite hobby was playing soccer. My mother was a housekeeper who cooked, cleaned, and took care of the family. My father was a farmer. He grew rice and vegetables. I am the youngest of 5 children, but I am the only one who became a Buddhist monk. My 3 brothers all became farmers, and my sister helped my mom. When I was 10, I moved to the city to start my religious training as a novice. I was excited to see the cars and big buildings of the city. After 10 years, I became a monk.
Great job, Yukavi. Let's listen to some of these excellent sentences. First, how do we say our name?
My name is Yukavi.
If you are meeting someone, this is such an important sentence. My name is. You can also just say I am or I'm and your name. For example, hi, I'm Martha, or my name is Jose. Next, Yukavi says,
I am from Myanmar.
this is another incredibly valuable sentence. You can say, I am from, and your city, or your village, or your country. I am from, or I'm from. Yukavi is using the verb to be perfectly. Next, he says,
I was born in a small village.
he already said he was from Myanmar, so he doesn't need to say, I was born in Myanmar. He can be more specific. I was born in a small village. Where were you born? I was born in a medium-sized city. You can say big city, medium-sized city, small city, a town that's smaller than a city, or maybe a village if it's really small. Here is another great phrase.
When I was little, my favorite hobby was playing soccer.
What were your hobbies when you were little? You can say, when I was little, my hobby was drawing. When I was a child, my hobby was playing marbles. When I was a baby, I cried a lot. When I was a teenager, I worked at a factory. We also use to be for jobs. Listen.
My mother was a housekeeper. My father was a farmer.
If you know some family jobs, press pause on this podcast and practice. My father was a, my mother was a, my grandfather was a. You can also do that with present tense. I am an Uber driver. My sister is a dental assistant. My uncle is a nurse. And so on. If someone changes jobs, you can use past tense and present tense. My uncle was a nurse, but now he is a bus driver. There are so many good sentences in Ukavi's story, but let's just do one more.
I am the youngest of 5 children.
This means he has 4 siblings, brothers or sisters, and they are all older than him. He is the youngest. When you hear est, it usually means the most. Youngest is the most young. Oldest is the most old. If you have any siblings, brothers, or sisters, you need to know how to say your position in the family. Maybe you are the oldest of 3 children. That means you have 2 siblings and you are older than both of them. You can be the oldest, the youngest, or somewhere in the middle. We say, I am the second oldest. I am the third oldest. If there are 3 kids, maybe you are the middle child. For me, my sister is the oldest. My brother is the middle child, and I am the youngest. What are you? If you are oldest or youngest, you can say of 10 children, of 5 children, and so on. If you are in the middle, you'll probably say, I have 5 siblings and I am the second oldest. Or you can even say, I am the 3rd or 4th child. Maybe even, I am number 7 of 10, and so on. Wow, so much great practice from Ukavi's story. Thank you, Ukavi. Now, before we say goodbye, let me give you some practice work. You know, if you want to learn English in about 100 years, go to class and never practice. If you want to learn English in a couple years, practice every day. Here are 3 things you can do to improve your English with to be. Number 1, practice present tense to be conjugation until you can say it fast without thinking. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, they are. 2, practice past tense of to be conjugation. I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, they were. Over and over and over until you don't need to think. And number 3, write a paragraph to introduce yourself to people. Check to make sure the grammar is perfect. Something like, my name is, I am from, I was born in, when I was little, my mother was a, my father was a, now I am a, something like that. Then read your paragraph aloud every day, over and over, until you learn it by memory. When you meet people, say your paragraph. Practice, tell the refrigerator, tell the cat. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, I am and you are out of time for this episode about the superverb to be. I hope this was helpful. See you next time on the 5 Cent Podcast.